next, we'd like to invite Nida Abubaker. Nida is the daughter of political prisoner Shukri Abubaker. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of him. He's a beloved member of our community, one of the Holy Land Foundation 5. And she's here to speak to us tonight further about the reality of our government and how all of this has affected her beautiful family. So please give a warm welcome to Nida.
Good evening, and thank you, Lord, for giving me this opportunity to speak tonight at UTD. First off, I just want to make it clear that I didn't come here to make you feel sorry for me, and I came here to educate you about the things going on to our own people here in America by giving you a personal story, a short walk in my shoes, just so you can get a small taste of injustice and hopefully wake up if you haven't woken up, because it seems like our nation is sleeping. And if you have been awake all along, I need you to wake everyone else up who still has a hint of ignorance corrupting their brain, because ignorance is slowly sinking America under the oceans that surround it. On Tuesday, May 15th, around 2:15 a.m., my life changed forever. I lost one of the most important role models in my life. We lost someone who was loved by people all over the world because of her motivation and inspiration. We lost one of the strongest girls in the Dallas community. You lost a friend, I lost a sister. We spent our last weekend together in the hospital. I spent the night 3 days in a row, and it was a fairly nice weekend, but I just wish I knew that it was going to be our last weekend together. Her friends came every morning and every night. They brought snacks, games, and movies. My family even came from other states to see her. Everyone she asked for was there, except for one very important person, my father. Throughout the whole weekend, day by day, my sister's body was slowly shutting down. The doctors decided to send her to the ICU on Sunday morning. I had no idea what was going to happen. I thought she was being taken to the ICU like her last few hospitalizations. I had gotten used to the whole thing, where the doctors worry about her, they'd send her up to the 7th floor, she gets better, and we all go home. But this time, it was different. Who would have known that it would be the last time she has to go up to the ICU? Every day, Sinabin would ask for my father more and more. She believed that my father packed his bags and was on his way. Sinabin turned 26 years old in March and knows it's impossible for my dad to be there. But because she was getting even more ill, her body was shutting down day by day, and it went back in time as if she was a 6-year-old. She spoke like a child, made silly jokes, and giggled when she said a cute secret out loud. It was also innocent. Where is my father, you ask? He is locked up in a maximum security federal prison in Terre Haute, Indiana, almost 1,000 miles away. You see, my father was founder and CEO of the Holy Land Foundation, which was shut down by the Bush administration under the orders of Ariel Sharon, December 2001. The HLF was a charity organization that helped the needy all over the world. A charity that gave homes to orphans. A charity that brought unfortunate sick children to the best hospitals in the USA to get treatments they needed. It was an organization that saved thousands of lives. When my sister was born March 25th, 1987, she was born with cystic fibrosis. And the doctor said that she would not be able to live past the age of 7. But guess what? She proved everyone wrong, and she lived 26 long, beautiful years. Her existence inspired my father to open the HLF. My father would stay day and night right by his baby's side at the hospital. He thanked God for giving us the blessing of living in the United States of America. He thanked God that his little baby was under the care of the best caring doctors in the world. But my father never only thought about himself. He thought about the poor orphans all over the world. How come we are living in comfort while they are hardly living? If it wasn't for my sister Sanabin, the Holy Land Foundation would have probably never existed. And many children would have never even been able to make it due to their poor nutrition, no shelter, and no one to love them. All my sister wanted was to see her dad. All she wanted was to feel his hand on her hand, comforting her during this hard time. And I still remember when my dad called on Saturday, a day before she went to the ICU. Sanabin started tearing up and she said, "Baba, when are you coming? I want to see you. I need to see you before I go." And my dad asked, "Go where?" And she said, "Jannah," which means heaven. We all giggled, holding back our tears. We thought it was cute. We had no idea that it was her last days. She then tells my dad, "It's okay, Baba, I will be okay. I know it's a better place for me." My dad then started comforting her. He knew what's up. He knows everything going on, even if we don't tell him. Like, he just has that special, I don't know, that magic in him. He told her about all the great things in heaven. He told her that she will finally have no more pain and she will be the happiest she can ever be. She asks for him again, and he tells her that no glass windows, no iron prison walls, and no concrete fences can come between them, and he is always with her. And this all happened over the phone. He had to comfort her over the phone, and when he could be sitting with his baby girl, holding her in his arms. A father not allowed to see his daughter is the worst pain anyone can ever have, and it hurts to the max, especially when you are locked up in a high-max prison, not being able to do anything but pray and cry. A little girl with cancer gets surprised by her father, who was in the military protecting our country. That's wonderful. My sister, who has diabetes, cystic fibrosis, and thalassemia, couldn't have her father, who protected thousands of children in every country, come comfort her. Why? Because he's locked up in a place where he does not belong. Aren't we all equal? Aren't we just as American? I was born and raised in America, and just because I am of Arab descent does not make me any less of an American than anyone else. And just because my religion is Islam, it does not make me less of a human being than any other human being. Arab American, Asian American, African, Latin American, we are all one. We are all Americans and should live together in peace, no matter what race or what religion. I am an Arab American and I am proud of it. This is exactly what my father taught me growing up. He always told me to be proud of being an American, and he showed love and he never showed hate. I used to comment about the prosecutors all the time, and he would always tell me to never say anything against anyone, because in the end, everyone has a family, everyone goes home, they all show love to each other, and wishing bad upon anyone else only makes you as bad. Would a terrorist tell a daughter that? Would a terrorist help their daughter with school and motivate her to finish college? The weekend I spent with my sister, Sanabin, I had a heart-to-heart conversation with her, and she told me that I'm doing everything right. The only thing I need to do is finish my education, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I want to make her proud, as well as my father, who, by the way, motivated her to finish her bachelor's degree here at UTD, and she got her bachelor's in child life development, despite of her illnesses and hospitalizations. The age of 5, Abdurrahman Auda, Shukri Abubaker, Ghassan Al-Ashri, Muhammad Al-Zain, and Mufid Abdul Qadir are all advocates of peace. They are in prison holding their heads high, and because they know they did nothing wrong, they are not ashamed. Since when is feeding the needy and providing homes to the homeless a crime? Since when is sending poor students to college a crime? Since when is building hospitals overseas a crime? Only in America. The home of the brave, yes, but it's definitely not the land of the free. We have a beautiful country, but unfortunately, we have no real justice system. Tell me about our wonderful justice system. People like George Zimmerman, who killed an African-American young boy, Trayvon Martin, can have the freedom to spend with his family, but these 5 men who kept kids off of the street, who never even held a gun, end up with life in prison. November 27th, by the way, will mark the 5th-year anniversary of their imprisonment. And tell me again about how wonderful our justice system is. And I hope that one day we will truly stick to our pledge, the Pledge of Allegiance. And I hope that one day we will truly be one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.